This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. By the way, I was out there today. He is ready. They have got a brand new item. Who did that? Brand new item, put it back, that they're coming out with. It's better than snack sticks. It's going to be even better than it has ever been. And I got to talk to Mike Flowers, and he's bringing it out this year. So we look forward to that. Let's go to our first picture here. We have got, oh, this is one I sent in. This is Dallas Smith from Smith County, Tennessee, with his first striper, or with a striper that he caught in the Cumberland River with his grandfather, Gerald Smith. So look at that, it's about 15 pounds. That's a pretty good size.
It's a good looking fish.
That's a good looking fish. I don't care who you are. And it's half the size of that young man. So he's always going to remember it. All right, and our next pictures are?
All right, right here we got a picture that Terry Capshaw sent us this picture the other day. Wanted to let us know it's a trout. It took me a minute to figure it out,
yeah.
But he wanted to let us know that in Birchville, Kentucky, he says the trout are just absolutely on fire. So supposed to.
So when are we supposed to meet him?
Whenever he's ready. I left him information to get with us. So we're ready to go whenever he is.
All right. And we got
here next I've got Brian Edwards sent us this picture, and this is his son Connor with a buck that he shot this past season.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, this wasn't last week or anything.
Not, he's cheating. He started early.
but anyhow, it's a buck that Connor shot this past season, and he's real involved in outdoors with his dad. So
good job. That's the way you start him off, Dad.
And right here, actually, we have one more from Brian Edwards. This is Connor holding one of the mini carp that they've shot with a bow. They do a lot of bow fishing, and Connor actually currently holds the state record for the silver carp.
Really?
With archery equipment. So, you know, he's pretty involved in all that stuff. They send us some really good pictures. I had to go through and pick a few just to decide which ones I wanted to show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Smotherman's in the house too, and we could do it with a muzzleloader, couldn't we, Tony?
That carp about needs a muzzleloader right there.
Need some on some of these. Hey, you can send your pictures to us here, Southern Woods and Waters 474, James R. Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply Facebook us with Southern Woods and Waters. And that's the fastest, easiest,
the quickest way,
because that's the way that you can tell a story and we're able to relay that story. All right, we thank you for that. And with us tonight, we have Jai Utley, and Jai is with Treezan, which I love the camo. It is just the right whites, the grays, the blacks. I mean, you don't look like a blob. And you guys have been Facebooking this stuff crazy. I mean, it's everywhere. And the way it's looking, you can't tell there's a guy there for a little while. I mean, when you first look at it, Jai, I mean, it's like he's blended.
We've been very fortunate with social media to have a very good presence with Treezan, and just networking with different companies to be able to, you know, get the word out about our product. And you know, the past 3 years has definitely been a blessing to us, and we've got a bright future ahead of us, especially this year.
Now, you're made right here in our back door, or in our front door, really, because it's in Kentucky.
Right. It's based out of Kentucky,
yeah.
Out of Sadieville. And Cobb Sanders, the owner and the founder of it, lives there, and that's where the main office is. And it's nice to have something a little bit closer to home. You know, people can kind of relate, hey, it's Kentucky-based. I live in Ohio, I live in Tennessee, Indiana, you know, we're bordering states. And now with stores from Colorado to Maryland that's carrying Treezan, it's really starting to sweep.
Now you really praised Cobb's as being an inventor,
yes.
Entrepreneur. Tell us his story just a little bit.
He come up with this design about 7 or 8 years ago, and just slowly has worked a pattern to where, you know, you can actually use it and blend into the surroundings instead of blob, as you were saying. Mm-hmm. The pattern doesn't just black out once you get into the woods or the brush or into a deer stand. There's a large enough, open enough pattern into it, so you know it becomes your surroundings instead of, you know, standing out where some camouflages do or don't.
What I do love about your product Not just the camouflage pattern, but don't you just love the material they use?
The material is top notch. There's the feel of it, everything that you had us try on earlier, the comfort, the lightweight, you know, the jacket that you had and things like that. To me, it's about comfort. When I go to hunt, especially if it's in November, from daylight to dark. You know what I mean?
We can't even. He probably won't even do this show.
I might show up. If it's late enough by that time of year, I should be able to get here. I can leave one laying a little while if I need to before I get back. But it's that comfort. You know, I mean, you have to be. If you're going to sit there all day, you've got to be comfortable. You got to be warm and dry, and so that's a lot of.
Here's some of the pictures. We're going to show some of the pictures on the trees and camo. If you'll look, I mean, it looks to me like it's early season right there. The early season, turkey season. You can tell right there that if those guys would just sit over there by the creek bank, you couldn't see them.
Yes.
That's how invisible they would be. I mean, anytime you put somebody up against a solid, you're going to see them out. But you put them up against that creek bank, they're invisible. So it's great that you do that. All right, let's see some more pictures here. Oh, I love a gun. I love a gun. But now, let's talk about this, because not only do you have the shirts and the pants, but you have the gloves, the face masks, the hats, everything to go with it, everything to accessorize for the hunt.
Yes, our gloves are just something that we're really proud of. It's been a couple years in development. It has a silicone palm in it to where whenever you're gripping your bow or release, you can still shoot. You know, your bow release, a lot of times you get into our archery world that we have, and your release becomes the issue. So a lot of your bow hunters, they take their glove off to make the shot. Well, we feel like we have that problem solved.
You also put in for those guys and gals that want on Facebook while they're up in the tree.
Yes, sir. We've got the Smart Touch gloves to where you can access your phone and not take your gloves off also.
And the one thing I wanted to point out is you see through the archery part here, the gloves can handle the release aids. You don't have to just worry about a wrist type caliper release. You can actually use a finger hold or something like that, like a Carter or something kind of release like that, which I love Carter releases. That's what I use. But also, I want to talk about your face mask too for just a second. The face mask, I love it, because you guys did it right. Even for fatheads like me, I mean, it fits like a glove. It fits good. It's not mashing my nose in to where I'm in pain, or I can move my mouth or my jaw, or you really did a bang-up job.
All of us at Treason are hunters, and we understand, and we've been able to try all the different products over the years and be able to, you know, spin off of that. Being able to put that face mask on, and, you know, if you wear glasses, or, you know, I'm in the same boat, have a big head, have a hard time getting a hat to fit.
Me too.
So be able to get a face mask to fit and, you know, be comfortable, be able to bow hunt out of mainly.
I like that. And have we got any more pictures there, Courtney? That's it. Okay, that's it. You've got a vintage shirt.
Yes.
Right, that for hunting, for early season. And what I love about it, you can also use what kind of material is that you're using for the t-shirt that can go underneath?
It is a 150-gram polyester blend, and, you know, it won't necessarily keep you cool, but it will help.
Yeah.
So it's something you can layer on. So if you're turkey hunting, you know, you start off in the morning, it's cool.
All right.
You know, put a long sleeve on underneath this, put your button up on, you can go out, and then as the day peels on, pull that long sleeve off, you have a vintage shirt on to be able to get a little breeze and cool off some.
And that's important, even for, because I'm going to be honest with you, first bow season, man, it's 90, 92 sometimes, and it's like, I don't want to be here.
and to be able to sit up there and be comfortable, because, you know, we've got our bucks patterned. These velvet bucks are coming in. We're all wanting to get that first weekend hunt in, and to be able to handle that heat, you've got to be able to sit out there and be comfortable.
And you got to understand, scent control is important, but I don't care how much scent control you use. If you sweat, it is bacteria. It will smell to a deer. Is it right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you can cut down on the amount of sweating you're doing, then you're doing yourself a favor.
Agreed.
Because I like to tell, fellow hunters and newbies coming in, you're getting into his backyard and his kitchen. He's not coming into yours. You're going into his, so you better be as invisible as you can. Camo is one way, but scent control is the other as far as keeping your sweat down. Your stuff is cool.
Our ultra lightweight is just ultra lightweight. We also have the bonded layer, our medium weight.
That's what I was going to say. Now you can go from early season into muzzleloader.
Yes,
now
sir.
we got muzzleloader. We got 40-degree mornings, gets up to about 58, 60 degrees during the day. What do you recommend there?
It's a 240-gram weight clothing. It's super quiet, super soft. It's bonded lined material on the inside, so you have a little bit insulation factor. It's going to keep you a little bit warmer during that muzzleloader season, right before the rut starts to kick in, and we still have some green in the leaves, and you've got to be able to have that texture whenever you're in the woods with that to be able to blend. So,
John, how can people get a hold of Treason?
www.treason.com.
And we're going to have a hookup on our website also. We're going to be Facebooking a lot of Treason also. So go to our Facebook and go to our link. We'll link up with you guys. We're going to send people your way, but go to www.treason.com.
Correct.
All right. I'll tell you what, we've got to take. No, you got to do the product.
We got to do a product of the week.
You going to remember the sponsor
this
this time?
Oh, well, you just about went to the commercial break, so I don't. This week's product of the week is being brought to you by our good friends up at Caney Fork Outdoors.
That's
right. If you get a chance, go by and see them at the River Store
Ryan or
over
Joel
here
or
at Dawson
Janice
Point,
or
any
anybody.
of them. Whichever one you can run down, especially on Saturday morning, because they are crazy busy on Saturday morning.
And
let them make you a sandwich and get your kayak and take off for the day. But give them a shout. Look them up on Facebook
what do you have
go
as
visit
our
them.
product?
Well, I've got a product here that you guys kind of, y'all kind of got away from me a while ago, got ahead of me on this. But we're going to show them off anyway. This is the glove that we were talking so much about a while ago. And this is the Treason glove that we were just speaking of. It's got the silicone grip on it, and I really thought this was cool because anybody that knows me well enough knows that I will not hunt in a pair of gloves because I can't feel what I'm doing. He put this on us earlier, said grab this, grab that. Really, the way that these gloves feel is amazing. I mean, you could, like you say, you check your phone, pick your call up out of the bag, you reach down to the bag, you can feel what you're doing. So that's something I've not really seen from
you just missed.
When you miss that first one and you're reaching for that second area, you can make sure you get a hold of just one. But I've never done that before. I'm not sure. But anyhow, so again, Treason.com, you can get yourself a pair of these and all this other stuff. And I did want to touch on one other thing. They've got a women's line too.
Yes, they do.
So make sure the ladies get on there and look around because my wife gets tired of wearing my old hunting stuff, all the time, things like that. It's nice to have their own, own line of clothing made for them.
Well, thank you so much, and we've got to go take another break. When we come back, we're going to have Tony Smotherman on here and Rick Taylor. Hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.